20 things bisexuals say about both sexes, according to Reddit. Number 20. Fuck me, this is long. 34, male, with a good bit of experience dating both sexes. What I found surprisingly shocking was how much more effort gay men put into being physically attractive. No shit. Sure, women spend ungodly amounts of money on clothes, makeup, stupid fucking nails, etc., but rarely ever go to the gym. Not all women. It's really shocked me how a woman can look like an 8 out of 10 with clothes on, but look absolutely disgusting when the clothes come off. And I am not talking about saggy breasts or ugly vaginas. This is natural. That is something a woman can't do anything about without surgery, and I would never shame a woman for that. But the fact that your diet sucks and you don't exercise is apparent. Women often look skinny and fat at the same time. They have no lean muscle mass because they try to get around the fact that they don't exercise by starving themselves, which just makes their body look worse. In my experience, guys typically exercise, and it makes a world of difference. Every guy I have had sex or even messed around with has a fantastic body. Good for you, nigga. Jesus Christ. Most of the girls I have had sex with are what you would call stereotypically beautiful, but I was usually disappointed when the clothes came off. Oh. I think it was my total unwavering love for titties that keeps me on the fence post of bisexuality. He'd just be into the cock if it weren't for those luscious, big, juicy titties. Delicious titties. Edit, whoops, looks like I pissed off the women who don't want to take care of their bodies. Such a shame. You know what I mean? Again, yeah, I was reading this thinking, not only is this guy triggering people, but I'm going to be triggering people that are listening to this. And then somebody's just listening going, hey, I don't like fucking dieting. You just blew my mind, dude, says some guy who got upvoted 13 times. Look, man, number 19. Straight men are more willing to date a trans woman than bi women and lesbians are. Really? I don't want to trade. Oh wait, a trans woman. Yes, not a trans man though. Or is a trans man the is it trans?
Trans man means it's like they used to be no. Trans women are people that used to be men. So men to women.
Nigga, why would a straight man be down with that? That surprised me the most. I'm very open about my gender identity not matching my genitals, and I've had a lot more interest. I have had a lot more men interested than men. Men are more open to sharing and talking about their interests, hobbies, and opinions, and don't get as offended when you argue or disagree. Both men and women have the same levels of insecurities about their looks, abilities, and how they're seen by society. Unless you a grown-ass man like me, which apparently is not part of the men or women category, because I could give a fuck what society think, bitch. You ain't gonna smash me through that stupid plaster mold that all these fuck nugget jizz burgers are trying to fit through, talking about, I'm ready for the day, gotta go to my 9-to-5 job. Suck my ass, pieces of shit. What do you have to weigh in with that, Stripes?
I mean, I'm bisexual myself, but I have like zero attraction to trans people either way.
Yeah, figure out what the fuck you want to bring. I'm kidding. Am I kidding? Anyway, number 18. The type of dates are similar. Women tend to read too much into things, and guys tend to be oblivious to things. Well, what's the word? What's bliss again? Ignorance. Sure. Ignorance is bliss. So there you go. Number 16, or is it 17? 20, 19, 18, 17. I can count. The girls don't treat dating as the gateway to a threesome. And yes, that's a serious answer. Well, when women are like, I'm bisexual, you know, the guys will be like, so you want another lady? You know what I'm talking about? What's wrong with it? To them, that's experimentation. Like, a lot of straight people haven't fucked around a lot. But, you know, we're reaching an age where that's kind of going out the window, what with how easy the internet makes everything. Fucking Tinder sluts. I don't do Tinder, and I don't want this to turn into some sort of Tinder bashing fucking channel, but my god, man, people freak me the hell out. I wouldn't say that I'm closed-minded or like, but I'm just scared of some of the people. I'm scared of the people, not the acts. Number 16. To me, It's that a guy usually hears threesome when they understand that you're bi. Girls tend to hear not faithful. Oh, also, I'm really not into male, female threesomes, and the moment guys understand that, they bury the subject altogether. Yeah, most dudes aren't in the mood for another dude slinging his cock across the female that he's supposed to be with, which is hilarious because most guys don't regard other women as a threat in a relationship, as rude as that sounds.
Like, okay, but if it's two women, then it's just the guy has two to worry about, two to please. And it doesn't seem like a lot of work for most men.
Not really. I mean, the guy has a mouth and a cock. So the guy's on his back, cock can do one, and the mouth can figure out the other, and you guys can switch. We also have two hands. I mean, it depends on the guy. And again, if you're dealing with these typical plaster mold douchebags that have been fit through the very specific kind of shapes that everybody's used to, then yeah, these guys would know what the fuck to do with more than one girl. They don't know what to do with one girl in most scenarios. Let's move on to what maybe 15. This person says that girls are a lot nicer on a personal level. All this thing about bitches must be a reflection on them. Did I even read that right? Girls are a lot nicer on a personal level. All this thing about bitches must be a reflection on them. Look, I'm not gonna attack anybody for knowing more than one language, but with the first thing that I was reading, man, that guy was making this shit like some kind of mystical fucking journey on understanding like what he was writing, because what he was I'm trying to find one of the things. It really shocked how a woman can look like a 8 out of 10 with cloths on, but look absolutely disgusting when the cloths come off. You know what I mean? Let's talk about the cloths. It's about that time. Anyway, look, girls are a lot nicer on a personal level. All this thing about bitches must be a reflection on them. Much easier to pull off, at least for me. I can punch above my weight with women. Men, however, seem to not like the scruffy indie kid look so much. Okay, that's you. This is very personal. Guys, romantic and sweeter than women. I still look back at the time a guy made me dinner and filled the room with candles and played some romantic but not sweet tunes in the background. My wife has a great deal to learn. Much more obsessed with looks. Well, again, it's funny. These women who are so shallow where all it is really just about how they look, that's just going to go out the window one day and it's going to slap them in the face in a big way. You know what I mean? Age is not something that you can run away from. You could try to be tight. You could try to be fit, but them wrinkles going to find you. Them pock marks going to find you. The skin is just going to, you're a withering flower. You know what I mean?
For me, it's just turning into a box.
Yeah, well, because you're Hispanic. No. And the Asians too. The Asians will turn into a box. I'm sorry, girls. You better love your figure while you have it. You better deck the Instagram with pictures of your body. Fa la 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 la. Look, number 14. Men want candles, want cuddles. God, Kyle, you want to take a minute or something? Women want cuddles. We're not very different after all, my friends. Well, aww. I will take at least 2 cuddles, says somebody in response. Number 13. For me, it's that men seem completely taken aback when I don't give a shit if their dick is big. Oh, sure. That's what you're saying. Or existent. WRT trans men. Ugh. As a personal opinion, personal indeed. I'll compliment your dick all day if that's what makes you feel good about yourself, but when it comes down to preference, I literally do not like sex better with a big dick involved. Like, who cares? I've been with people without a penis at all, and they were better in bed than anyone with a dick. This is a personal thing, you know what I mean?
Right.
And if she hasn't met somebody that knows how to use their penis, that's her own fucking... And this is why this is upvoted so little, you know what I mean? This is a 307 upvoted piece of shit. But this whole thread was a failure in general. So we're just going to dig through the mud of the garbage comments. And listen up, viewers. If you guys haven't been fucked in a good way, you need to find yourself with a penis. Find yourself with a penis. Find yourself someone with a penis who knows how to use it. Because if you don't find someone who knows how to use their penis, say it with me now, you may wake up one day and find yourself with a penis. What are you going to do with that? You know what I mean? Get it turned inside out? That's rude. That's rude, KO. Number 12. Men. Find the fact that I'm bisexual hot. Would either ask to have a threesome immediately or would wait and then ask. More eager, more communicative in general, less independent. Women. Find the fact that I'm bisexual sketchy and generally tend to avoid me. They tend to take things slow, more independent, more likely to have deep conversations, but not overly chatty via text. Well, there you go. The similarities. They ask my opinion on other women, whether I found a certain celebrity hot or not, what physical aspects I find attractive, etc. Usually rely on me to initiate sex. It's funny that she wears the pants even in the girl relationships. Yeah. Number 11. There are no real differences across gender lines. I'm male, by the way. Okay. Every person I've dated, male, female, or non-binary genderqueer, has been a unique experience. I've dated emotional women and stoic ones. I've dated sensitive men and, well, insensitive ones. There are no generalizations to be made from my fairly decent sample size. No tendency on one way or another? I'm wondering if that was rain. Sorry. One way or the other for the interest of euphemism for sex. That's not what that word is, Kyle. God damn. Rain is on my brain and now I'm losing my mind. No tendency one way or the other for interest in or enthusiasm for sex. No predictor for sentimentality or thoughtfulness, and definitely no pattern for relationship needs and maintenance. Sorry if this isn't a sexy answer, but most people are pretty much within a standard deviation or two of one another. Thank you for the Tumblr answer, you piece of shit. Way to get wordy on something that was supposed to just be a fun fucking question. And we wanted an answer from a girl is the rudest part about it. You know what I mean?
Well, I get what he's saying. No one's to say. You can't just put everyone in
I get it, and we're not trying to put everybody in categories, but the question is essentially grilling a bisexual person for similarities and differences. And even though a male can give one, I would like to say that, and this is going to sound rude, a girl would be more comfortable with a woman and a man would be more comfortable with a woman. So the best person to get an answer from in this situation would be the girls. Do you know what I mean? Not only because they have a broader spectrum. What?
Well, there was a dude who said he'd probably be gay if it weren't for boobs.
Yeah, there you go. That's the one-track mind. And what I'm saying is a girl would have a broader spectrum for the feelings and emotions that a girl is going through, because while I, consider myself extremely capable of empathizing with
people.
I don't know. Did I say emphasizing? I meant empathizing. With women and what they're going through and how they experience things, I could never personally know. And even if I was a woman, I wouldn't know exactly what they specifically are going through. And considering, sometimes because men are just ignorant or oblivious in nature of certain things that are going down, how can we even be there? Sometimes you guys are like buried in your emotions and losing your fucking mind, and all we want to do is help you and fix you and get you back to normal. And like sometimes that's never what it's about. So a woman would find it easier to identify with that kind of garbage than a man. Not to dismiss this guy's answer, but he really seems like somebody picked right out of Tumblr to go,
excuse me, there aren't differences, okay? Regardless of what gender we were appointed at our birth when we came out with our anatomical penis or vagina.
You know what I mean? Fuck this guy.
You're bobbing your head so much, it's kind of funny.
Oh, you're looking at me while I'm recording? No, how dare you? I don't look back at you, okay? Which is where I've situated Stripes while we're recording right now, so that hopefully my antics don't pique her microphone, because she couldn't be bothered to sit up at a desk and is laying in bed with a microphone.
The option to.
Well, okay, whatever. Number 10. As a bi guy, I'm gonna read this in this hack voice. What I noticed was when I started dating my bi boyfriend, okay, it was like a best friend relationship that was intimate. There was less of all the mind games and drama, more straightforward and fun. Just imagine how you are with your closest friend, and then add a layer of loving each other. We now both also have a girlfriend. 3-person relationship. And we noticed that with her, it's more than the relationship part, when the layer of also being best friends between us 3. Overall, it's a different ambience. We 3 have been together for years, and it's great. I love having both the male and female aspect of a relationship. This summer, Shino Tochi is fucking another guy and a girl in one fucking... I'm done. God, that would... Ugh. 2 girls, maybe, for me, but not another guy.
No, I don't think...
What?
That's too much emotional turmoil for anyone.
Look, you think I'd be after the type of chicks that are like stupid and like emotional and nuts?
Apparently, yes.
What? Just because of my track record. Sorry. I've dated 2 women. This is number 9. Number 9. I'm sorry. God, man, this is why I'm not supposed to do one take at any of this. Number 9.
Okay?
I've dated 2 women and 2 men. Oh, this guy's an expert. It's like you go to a chef and you go, "Hey, you're an expert on food, right? I've eaten 2 cakes in my life." I've dated 2 women and 2 men. It's not all funny, man. Calm down, Kyle. The women were clingier. Sorry. Clingier. We're gonna... Let's just start it all over, man.
No, come on.
Number 9. I've dated 2 women and 2 men. The women were clingier, for sure. But I might just attract clingier ladies. He probably doesn't speak English, man. Let's move on. The guys were both more jealous than the women. Wow. Well, yeah, I would imagine, like territorial. Nothing out of bounds. Just more deliberately showy. Public display of affection if they thought someone might be into me. Well, that's the way that the world works. Women are clingy, but the men are jealous. When you're dating a person of the same sex, the gender roles tend to fall away. There's no implied structure of who will drive most of the time, who initiates sex. Not that the male plus female couples have to do those things. I've just noticed that my relationships tend to look like that. Edit. Also, when telling problems, women sympathize, men try to solve. Like the Parks and Recreation episode. There's a Parks and Recreation episode with men trying to solve a problem. That's exactly what I'm saying, though.
A glass of water.
It's just, there's all this pressure, you know? And sometimes it feels like it's right up on me.
Yeah, there's somebody posting a video, but I don't have to be some kind of fucking wizard or scientist to understand that the idea is that a woman, of course, probably brings some kind of problem to the table, and the man offers a solution. Whereas the girl's like,
It's not about the fucking solution, Kyle. It's about the problem. Oh, it doesn't feel like the world is coming down on me, you know? You ever feel like that?
you know what I do when I feel like that?
It's not about what you do or how to get over it. It's the pressure.
The adrenaline. Number 4? I don't know. It's number 8 for sure. We just died with number 9 trying to get through that shit. God. Number 8. My boyfriend is surprisingly similar to my first girlfriend. We have similar conversations about science, similar competitiveness when playing games, similar silly in-jokes, etc. Inside jokes with a person that you're fond of and close to. No way. Even sex is similar in terms of how close and intimate it feels. He's generally less moody and kinder, but there are a lot of moments where he really reminds me of her. Nigga, what does this have to do with this question? My boyfriend is similar to my first girlfriend? Like, he's reminding you of her, and that's great for you. Biggest difference is probably my mother's reaction. Start dating a woman a few years older than me. Why is she interested in you? She's too old. She looks like a man. A year later, dating a guy almost the exact age, my mother is thrilled and thinks he's the best thing in my world. Well, women are scary. Here's another one. Well, I've only ever dated other bisexuals because straight people think you're really gay and gay people think you're really straight. So that might skew my experiences a little. Guys like to be taken care of, like to be fed homemade food or whatever, but the girls don't get into that. Girls like it when you protect or provide for them, such as by paying for stuff or when you insist on sleeping closest to the door in case there's a break-in. Both genders like presents, and random gifts are welcome to anyone. I'm gonna go ahead and direct everybody to the description, and my PayPal information is down there. You know what I'm talking about, guys? I thought I wore the pants in this relationship. Number 7, I'm a dude. Had 7 out of 8 relationships. About half straight women. The rest were range of sexualities. Another Tumblr dude. This person's username is super slutty sad sluts. Just in case you wanted to know, Stripes. I mean, for educational purposes, I am, of course, clicking this person's user history. What we're going to go ahead and do is sort by the topmost post very quickly. Nothing interesting. Was looking for some sort of pictures. You know what I mean? There was a post here that was deleted. Oh god, it's like a picture of Fat Bastard from an Austin Powers movie. Anyway, in my personal experience of very limited sample sizes, women, totally straight, slow relationship start, slow relationship end. More accepting into the man aspect of my life. Main aspect of my life, I'm guessing. We're generally totally cool with it, and in my own personal experience, all of them found it a turn on. Easier to deal with society's gender roles, hallmark romantic, liked cuddles. Okay. Women, bi. Quick relationship start, slow relationship end. Fucking awesome all around, easier to pick up thirds by coming for either gender. Wish I'd held on to that. Much more like hanging out with a super chill chick who's up for anything than hallmark romantic. Anything other? Jesus Christ, this fucking English, guys. Exciting, liked cuddles. Everybody's gonna like cuddles at the end. Like, why are they doing this? Ha ha ha. Fucking women. Man, totally gay. Quick relationship start, slow relationship end. Less accepting into the straight aspect of my life. Generally insecure about it, not a turn on. A lot more freeing, not having to deal with gender roles. Romantic in our own way rather than hallmark. Like cuddles. And then lastly, the man, bi. Quick relationship start, quick relationship end. Fucking awesome all around, less easy to pick up thirds. What does that mean?
I think like for threesomes?
Yes. You've seen through this language that they speak. I can't understand the homo language, Stripes, but you can think like them, much like you can think like the furries. There used to be a good furry fucking list we can do later. But a surprising number of girls were interested in attention from 2 dudes, much more like intimately hanging out with a bro than hallmark romantic. Okay, on to the next one. Former closeted lesbian here. When I started dating women after having only dated guys, the biggest difference I had to adjust to was the way women think. If you're not careful, they will catch you in a serious mind trap. This is so much more having to guess and having to be intuitive when you're with women because they expect you, in many ways, to understand what they're feeling without voicing it. Conversely, women will read a lot into your little idiosyncrasies as well as they might try to make something of what are often meaningless behaviors. Yep, women are bored. In Jamaica, we have a word and we call it haunted. It's like, is there nothing going on with you where you just have to make shit up or like turns nothing into something or fucking, I don't know, man. Live through other people. No shit, dude. Kind of nice to see women acknowledge it. As a straight male, welcome to our world. I love that comment. Oh, Stripes, this is putting you to sleep, and I apologize.
I was wondering why you gave yourself away.
Gave myself away with what?
You said we.
We what?
In Jamaica, we.
People know I'm Jamaican. What do you mean mystery? Like people thought I was a dinosaur or something. Open the door, get on the floor. Number, let's call it 6. Differences in general, in my limited experience. Guys were more concerned with how things looked when we were in public. Did something we do make them less manly or less strong or something like that? Women were more concerned with what we did in private and with what that meant about them. If you asked me when I was younger, I would have thought it would be the other way around. Well, I guess not. I was really surprised how another guy's dick felt in my hand. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I always thought that I would know because I know how my own dick feels in my hand. But it was probably the most alien thing I have ever felt in my life. In a good way. Vaginas were actually pretty predictable as to how they would feel in my hand. I don't ever want to feel another dick, you feel me? Somebody says, the first hand job I ever got, the girl said,
It's too gross. I can't do it.
and left the attic of her house with me just standing there with my dick in my hand. I finished the job because I got to suck tit for the first time, which was awesome. She's a lesbian now, but about 10 years later, she hit me up and apologized and said she had a job to finish. She's hilarious. We met up, had some drinks, and she gave me a hand job in the strip club bathroom. Said she'd always felt terrible about the way she reacted. It wasn't that my dick was gross, just that all dicks were gross. This is so sweet. I'm so glad, that I opened this up for this bullshit. We gotta find a way to like rip this out of the video and just title it "Dicks Are Gross." The story of a young lesbian to be. Fuck. For me, the biggest shocking similarity was sex. It's basically the same thing, just with different appendages involved. The goal is still similar, to get off and to get closer to your partner, the only difference being equipment. I thought it'd be a whole new world, but sex with my ex-girlfriend was fairly similar to sex I have with my boyfriend now. A major difference between the sexes, however, is communication style. I've dated more men than women, but in my experience, men are more upfront with things that they want to sort out, but not with their feelings. Vice versa for women. For men, the main communication gap is sharing emotions. For women, it's sharing their opinions on how a relationship can be improved. If only everybody could be so wildly articulate as Kyle and get any and everything they wanted out pretty much immediately, so that when things go wrong, I can just be like, I made this clear right here, motherfucker. I made this clear right here. And then everybody starts crying, because I'm Georgie Porgy, pudding pie. You know that?
I don't know that rhyme.
I'm gonna look up Georgie Porgy. Let's see if anything comes up. Oh yeah, give me some of that Georgie Porgy. I'm gonna read it for you. Georgie Porgy, pudding and pie, kissed the girls and made them cry. When the boys came out to play, Georgie Porgy ran away. 'Cause Georgie was a closet homosexual. And when them boys would come tumbling out talking about Red Rover, look at my big dick, Georgie couldn't handle it. He would have to go take care of the tight pants he suddenly had on. Not enough room for his throbbing. I'm kidding. Men are a lot warmer than women, like temperature. Even kissing is 20 degrees warmer. Nah, maybe you just like the men. Maybe when the men are around, you get so hot. You get so hot. I'm kidding. As a trans girl, I can tell you it's the fucking hormones. Man, you don't know. Number 2, I'm a female. Women were more likely to be spontaneous, and want to do things like travel to the next town to eat a fancy restaurant.
Man, that's not true.
Well, most women is what they're saying, Stripes. Most women.
What's that lifestyle you say I'm living again?
You're living like the fucking hermit, otaku, like anime.
Hey.
You're
Hey.
for real. You're living the hikikomori anime.
Yeah, that.
And remember when we played Unipop, and you were exactly like that Nikki girl, the animator, who's just like in her room all the time,
I'm really
play some
into
game.
art.
I'm really, yeah. Oh my god, best voice line in any video game ever. I'm really into art. Dude, that inflection, it never gets any better than that. Like, he's like, you give a girl a canvas and some paintbrushes and she's just like,
Oh my god, thanks. I'm really into art.
word? You're really into, okay, look, I'm a female. Women were more likely to be spontaneous and want to do things like travel to the next town to eat at a fancy restaurant. Women seem to also be more confrontational, and I had many more arguments. It's not that men aren't confrontational, it's that a lot of shit ain't worth confronting a nigga about or making into an argument. There you go. Women were more likely to be biased against my sexual orientation, aka,
I don't date bi girls.
or
You're really a lesbian or a straight girl looking for attention.
damn, you just diving into this whole telling her what's going on with her. Like, wow. Men were impressed because I had skills like cooking, cleaning, etc. The men I've dated have seemed to be much more laid back and cool with just sitting around and playing video games. I wonder why. We didn't have to constantly be doing something, because that's not what life's all about. It's about sharing an experience with another person. The women I've dated have been much more possessive and been more sexual. The women have been more sympathetic to my everyday little problems. However, the men have seemed more supportive of big life decisions. This is true. The comment reads, tell a man you're thirsty and he'll bring you a glass of water.
There we are.
Tell a woman you're thirsty and she'll tell you she understands the thirst you're feeling. It's been gilded twice. And a response to that has been deleted. And you know it's been deleted by the mods, and we've really got to talk about how the mods are constantly deleting things and ruining all our fun, because the 5th most upvoted thing in here was deleted, and any and everything that had anything to do with it is deleted.
I'd rather not know it was there. Like,
Then for me to tell you it was deleted and then have the mystery unfold. What did the comments say? How? You put the nut back in your body? Look, boys always broke my heart with lack of thought or lack of action. Girls broke my heart in ways that seemed like going out of their way to cause maximum pain. Well, women are cold bitches. That's the number one thing, Stripes, about, that bisexual will say about both genders. A man will rip off your arm and throw it into a river, but he will leave you as a human being intact. He won't mess with who you are. Women are non-violent, but they will shit inside of your heart. Louis C.K. Elaine in Seinfeld has a similar line about this, something like, men will be actively dicks to each other, but women will passive aggressively get under each other's psyches until they induce an eating disorder.
Oh.
My god. It's true, man. Women are fucking devastating, though. What did I say last time about how, like, if women could be as good at pretending not to have emotions just to make it through certain situations as they were about lying about how they feel? Like, imagine how people, like, some women are around other women that they hate, or how some women pretend to be in the workplace even though they're dealing with a lot of shit. If they could bring that level of deception and outright, like, bullshit mask wearing to every other scenario in their life, they would be conquerors. And I'm not saying that women don't run the world, because they essentially do, but I mean, apply some of this shit to other categories in your life and don't freak the fuck out all the time. Man, I wanted some more jizzwonkly biggledriz in this fucking thread, but I guess we didn't get it. I hope this is entertaining enough for somebody watching this with their dick in their hand going, I don't know, man, could have done better, Kyle. You know what the problem is? There's a serious thing on the thread, meaning people couldn't come in here and make joke answers that could get upvoted to the top. We'll read it.
That's what was deleted then.
Yeah, it's probably a joke answer.
Nah, I wouldn't say it was a joke answer.
I would say it was something that really triggered the fuck out of somebody. Because when you're deleting not just a comment, but all the responses to that comment, you got to be a mod with like a rod so tightly wedged up your ass that like it might as well be a third leg, and you could probably balance well on it. And do like a Zenyatta cosplay where you just like fold your legs under you. You know what I mean? And then it looks like you're floating.
Where did you take this guy?
Put some like foil on the rod.
The cheese are getting away from you.
Listen, everybody who's still listening to this somehow, and you're listening to it like I want to say in a timely fashion, where like it came out today and you're listening to it today. We are intending to stream later on today, but I want to know if we should stream Doom, which I'm probably going to give the controller to Stripes and have her play a little bit of it and then make fun of her, because that sounds like a great experience. Or we could play Overwatch, or
Either way, you're gonna end up making fun of me.
we could play Overwatch and we could switch controllers every 2 lives. That sounds fair, right? What?
It's gonna be a nightmare.
Look. I'm not gonna make fun of you in Overwatch because Overwatch is a very situational game. But you playing Doom, oh man. So, guys, hope you enjoyed this. We'll see you soon.